Hello, St. Mary's, and welcome to Story Hour with Mrs. G. Today, we're starting off our story hour by looking at Mrs. G's Easter egg collection. It got so big, I had to move it to two tables. Now, if you look at these Easter eggs, I've been collecting eggs for years and years and years, and some of them I bought, and some were given to me, and some I even made with the girls. Now, if we want to look at these eggs right here, this one and this one, these are eggs that Annalise, Natalie, and I have made over the years. And do you know what? They are real eggshells, okay? And what we did, you kind of can't see. This one you can see the hole in the top, okay? Because we put a hole in, okay? And then we used to hang them on the girls' Easter egg trees. So how we did these, we took a real egg, and then with a needle, a very, very thick needle, we poked a hole in the bottom, and we poked a hole in the top. And then what you have to do is you very gently blow all the egg out. And then you rinse it with warm water and you let them dry. And these eggs we paper mache'd. Now I've got eggs from all over. Different eggs came from different places. I've got alabaster eggs and glass eggs. And then this is one of my favorites. And you can see this is a real egg because you can see the hole on the bottom and the hole on the top. And this was hand painted. And Mrs. G bought this in Ljubljana when she was in Slovenia. And this is obviously one of my favorites because it represents my heritage. But another egg that I want to talk to you about are Ukrainian Easter eggs, or pastanki, as they're called. And these eggs are made to look kind of like this. And they're painted. Okay, now these are imitations, but they're painted. The design is painted on. Now what I'm going to show you here, and I don't put these out. I keep these in a safe place. Okay, Mr. Cameraman, would you get me a good shot? These are real live pastanki eggs, okay? And they were made by my Aunt Lil and given to my mother, and then my mother gave them to me. Now the interesting thing with these eggs, okay, this one is a little bit broken. And so you wonder, how do you make these eggs? Well, you start with a plain old white egg. And the ones that I have right here were raw eggs, okay? And these are old. I would say that these eggs, and they're fading, and they're probably over 50 years old. So what you do is you start with the egg, and you very carefully, you can draw your design on it. And then you take like a stylus, and you heat it up, and you scoop it with beeswax, and then you make your design, okay? Then you dye the egg and take it out, and you add more of a design to it, and then you keep dyeing. And the last color, and as you can see, okay, that's how you get the different colors, because you keep dyeing and over dyeing. And the last color you dye in, this is what it comes out to. Now, these over here, back when Annalise and Natalie and I, we were in Girl Scouts, we tried making our own. So Annalise made these. Somehow, we didn't get the dye quite right. So as you can see the color from the different dyeing, but they ended up being black eggs with the color. So that, boys and girls, is Mrs. G's little history lesson for today. And eggs are very symbolic when it comes to Easter. And eggs symbolize new life. Because if you have an egg, if they're not the ones that you have in your grocery store, that's how we get baby chicks and baby birds and different animals that are hatched in eggs. So, since this is going to be our last story before Easter, and you looked at my Easter egg collection, guess what? Mrs. G's story today is called The Easter Egg by Jan Brett. So let me get the page open. Chirrup, 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 spring is here. Time to start on my first ever Easter egg, Hoppy said. Each year, the bunny who decorated the winning egg got to help the Easter rabbit hide the eggs on Easter morning. Hoppy had been dreaming about being that bunny all year long. Now it was time to get started. Everywhere Hoppy looked, rabbits were working on dazzling eggs. I need an amazing idea, he thought. Hoppy spotted Flora Bunny planting spring wildflowers in her egg. The Easter rabbit will love those colorful flowers, he thought, and started picking flowers for his own egg. Here's a basket for your flowers, Hoppy, Flora said. Chop, chop, scrape, scrape. Hoppy spied Buster Birch carving a magnificent wooden egg. I wish I had some wood for my egg, he wished out loud. Here you go, Hoppy, Buster Birch said, and he put a smooth, round piece of wood in Hoppy's basket. Well, thank you, Buster, Hoppy said. Hoppy was hopping along when the smell of sweetness led him out of the woods and straight into the chocolate egg that Aunt Sassafras was decorating with creamy frosting, squiggles, and bows. Hello, Hoppy, she said, and she put some chocolate squares in his basket. Hippity hop, Hoppy exclaimed, I'll make the Easter rabbit a chocolate egg so sweet it will make his whiskers tingle. Then Hoppy saw Granny Irene decorating one of her fabulous story eggs. First, she traced a design on the egg with a special tool, and then she dipped the egg in pots of yellow, green, orange, and red dye, adding to the design each time. Hoppy couldn't believe his eyes. I'll never make an egg that beautiful, he told Granny Irene. She smiled. Try, she said, giving him one of her special tools. Now, these are Pastanky eggs that I showed you an example of before we started the story. So let's continue. Hoppy was hopping by Hans Vander Rabbit's garden when he spotted an extraordinary egg. Hans was painting a portrait of the Easter rabbit so real that he looked alive. Fantastic, Hoppy exclaimed. Well, thank you, Hoppy, Hans said. Why don't you make a painting on your egg? And he gave Hoppy pots of paint and a very, very fine brush. As Hoppy bounced along, a large bling nearly knocked him off his feet. It was a whirl-a-gig, twirling mechanical egg. Whoa, Hoppy said, that is an unusual egg. Would you like to make one? Roberto asked. Hoppy tried hard, but the harder he tried, the more parts and pieces piled up around him. Well, thank you, Roberto, he sighed, but I think I better make the egg that's right for me. Hoppy hopped back to the woods and lay down under a tall tree to think. Making a beautiful egg is harder than I imagined, he thought, and I guess I don't have to win. I just want to make an egg that I am proud of. Suddenly, the woods rang with the squawking of birds sounding an alarm. Mother Robin swooped down, calling wildly as if she couldn't decide where to go. An egg had tumbled out of Mother Robin's nest. Inside the perfect blue egg was a baby robin that needed its mother to keep it warm until it hatched. Hoppy knew what he had to do. He sat down carefully and covered the blue egg with his soft, warm fur. I'll take care of you the best I can, he whispered. Relieved, Mother Robin chirped and settled down on her other 2 eggs. Hoppy never left the robin's egg. If it was sunny and warm, he carefully turned the egg in its nest of moss. If it was rainy and cold, he kept the egg covered and dried. At night, wild animals passed by. Hoppy crouched down and stayed hidden in the ferns. Often he heard strange noises coming from above, but Hoppy didn't run away. Every day the rabbits worked on their eggs. Tadpoles turned into frogs, buds swelled into leaves, and Easter came closer and closer. And finally it was time for the rabbits to take their eggs to the glen. They had forgotten all about Hoppy, who was quietly sitting on the blue egg under the tall tree in the woods. Early the next morning, the rabbits waited for the Easter rabbit, and suddenly a beautiful wagon rolled towards them out of the mist. And it stopped. The Easter bunny stepped down from the wagon and admired the decorated eggs one by one. You have brought me the most beautiful eggs in the world, but a very special one is not here. He told them. The rabbits were puzzled. Whose egg could it be? Fill my wagon with your wonderful eggs, he said, and when I return, I will show it to you. And he disappeared into the woods. He came back with Hoppy, looking scruffy and bedraggled. Hoppy has an amazing egg to be proud of, the Easter rabbit told them. He has kept Mother Robin's egg warm and safe until her baby bird hatched, and she could take care of it. The Easter rabbit placed the empty blue shell in a place of honor on top of the wagon. Now they were ready to go. The rabbits cheered for the egg that surprised them all. It's our best Easter ever, Hoppy, they shouted. And the brave little bunny and the Easter rabbit rode off together to hide the eggs for girls and boys to find on Easter morning. And so, boys and girls, I want to wish you a fun and active spring break, even though most of you, like myself, will be having a staycation. And also, as we celebrate the risen Lord, happy Easter. So I'm signing off for now, and I'll see you in a week or so when story time with Mrs. G continues. Happy Easter. Bye-bye.